week, 365 days a year, giving out free picks. Of course, our best bets always over in our premium areas. You can find that underneath the premium picks tab at sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com, where we give out more free picks than anyone. But coming off of a college football Saturday for me, well, sometimes you get some breaks in some games. Sometimes you don't get some breaks. I kind of got both ends of it yesterday. Know that some of our other cappers had different experiences, but without further ado, I'm going to bring in the gang and kind of just talk about yesterday, where we're giving everybody a chance to join us. But we have with us today Ann Shore, our newest handicapper. Welcome, Ann. Oh,
Thank you for having me.
Wait.
It's a pleasure being here.
If Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo, and Brian Bittler, our regular three. We moved them down to the bottom, but doesn't mean they're any less. We just wanted to highlight Ann because she's new. We give her a break. So Ann, new to the site, not new to handicapping. Just a little intro for our audience here. So far on the site, you've been knocking it out of the park with your picks. Not great at entering the picks into the system. We're working on that, right? But it's not as easy as it looks, even though these guys can do it, right? Which, I mean, how hard can it be? But we'll get you there. But it doesn't. That's one piece of it, and I'm gonna hear it from people. Oh, you entered this twice. You didn't. It's like.
There's some guys that are still entering stuff wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There are people that have been with us, since the start, that are still entering it wrong. And, there's other people that, come by and all they do is check every pick and write up that every handicapper made on the site. And these are the guys that, that most of these guys never buy anything at all. Right. They come by, and these are the ones that the emails that I get, and whatever. But we'll straighten their ass out. We always do, and I'll probably make a couple friends along the way. But we welcome you to our site, and so far, I know off the board your college football's been spot on. Your NFL, you're beating yourself up. We don't do that here, but today's your day, right?
Today's my day, Lady Luck. Let's go.
We're very excited. We're very excited to have you. And, as I always say, she's not here because she's a woman. She's here because she's a great handicapper. And that's really what it's all about. And I think these guys will all agree. And I think you guys will, too, when all is said and done.
I'm looking forward to the competition for college football between me and her. It should be awesome. So,
well, yesterday you had LSU was one of your big plays. You had that over in the Boise game. I loved Boise yesterday. I mean, I can't tell you how many times every time the Boise game's been on. And I mean, I've been married to my wife for quite some time now, and also we dated for like 10 years before we got married. So she knows, she knows about all the teams and everything, and she knows every time there's a Boise game on and they're winning and I'm covering and all that kind of good stuff is going on, that I say no less than 75 times. No need to adjust the set. The field is blue. I say it like an obnoxious amount of times every time they score. It's like.
Well, it's funny when the kicker missed that extra point. I was like.
Yeah, it always bites you, right?
That's my over up here.
It always.
We were good. We hit that. Halfway into the fourth, it was nice.
Well, having the side in the game and having Boise, when the punter kicks the up man in the back of the head and the ball goes flying 20 yards over his shoulder, putting it, right in the red zone for the other team. It's not usually a happy moment for me either. It knocked me out of the cover zone, but one thing about Boise, they never sit on the ball at the last second and take a knee or don't go into the end zone and fall down, right? They always punch it in. It's the Boise way. But anyways, Rod, yesterday, we talked about the Dodgers on the run line, and we saw how that turned out. But anyways, what was your best and worst of yesterday? You're muted.
One bad pitch. Give up a home run, 3-run job. Well, it happens. Welcome to baseball.
Well, what was your best pick yesterday, and what was your worst? I could tell you mine. Right off the top of my head. I could tell you my best and my worst. My worst was Pitt. I don't know why I bought into that one. That was easily my worst pick. Okay, I had Pitt. They lost 45-3. I said, okay, on my video and on the live show, I think they might win outright. Yeah, this actually happened, and not too long ago. I also had Hawaii, which was razor sharp. So, what was your best and worst?
For me, my best, I had Auburn and Temple. Nice and close. I figured Auburn would bounce back and get it. That Ole Miss, but in that game, it easily should. Ole Miss should have easily won that game. So I'll take the lucky bounce because that ball totally went off Buddy's finger into the end zone, and Ole Miss jumped on it and scored a touchdown. They would have been up at 8. They would have been up 8 at that point, and I think it would have been over. I don't think there would have been no Auburn scoring that touchdown at the end to take the lead and win. Ole Miss would have won it outright, I think.
Could have gone either way. That one could have gone either way. I was on the other side of it. I had Ole Miss, and that was my one early loss.
And the worst, I wouldn't say the Dodgers was the worst. that was definitely not my the worst pick on the board. And Miami again. Miami again. No cover again. I'm staying away from Miami.
It was a torrential downpour.
They win, but they don't cover.
It was a torrential.
It
was a torrential downpour. When their kicker is missing field goals, it's really bad weather.
It's not as bad as the Air Force game when they were playing like slip and slide.
Well, Brian, I know another winning college football day. You got the benefit of a good line that I didn't. And that was the difference between a 500 day for me and a winning day was actually that game. I refunded all my customers, that had guaranteed packages because I got a different line than you did. So what was your best and what was your worst?
5-2 yesterday. Continued my run number
that
one.
Iowa State game.
It's hard to go in on one play. Purdue, Michigan domination, San Jose State domination.
It's one, Brian. Your best.
Indiana,
your best, Brian. Brian, your best and your worst. It's not the Bittler hype fest. I mean, seriously, you gave out. We had 7 cappers on one game. You were the only one that had that line. So anyone out there, if you ever get a bad line on a pick, let me know, and we will make it right.
Indiana,
Chris
dominated Penn State, and I mean, at the end of the game, they let Penn State score, kind of screwed up the cover, but ended up they made it right at the end, so all's good.
Chris, how about you? What was your best and worst?
I think my best was Tulane sneaking in for the cover against UCF. I mean, whether they cover by 2 or cover by 50, it doesn't matter. It all counts the same. But I think my worst was Minnesota. I thought they were going to absolutely come in and just destroy Michigan. And, oh, look, surprise, surprise, Jim Harbaugh actually won a big game. So
yeah, I think the issue there was we talked about it on the show. I mean, even I got off Minnesota, and it was because it was whenever you see a public dog like that, it's death. It's just death, It's just death.
Yeah.
So anyways, what do we got going on today? It's a whole new day. Ann, I know you got some picks for sale up there. I saw you entered them in correctly, and you're all ready to go.
So I'm really excited about my NFL pick. It's a total on one of the games today. I went undefeated yesterday with the college football totals. So obviously I'm new to the site, so this is my first NFL entry. So we'll see how I do. I'm feeling very good about this. I think it's going to do very well. And that is under my premium picks on the website. I also have a total on the MLB game for the Game 5 tonight.
All right, there you have it. Of course, we'll let you play the new to the site card for about another 10 minutes. I don't think these guys are going to let you off that easy. Rod, what do you got going on today?
Sounds good.
I got Rod's NFL Sunday. I've got you covered all day. I've got games in the morning, got some games midday, and I've got the Sunday Nighter. I love the Sunday Nighter. I'm loving today's card. It's going to be a big, massive winning day. Don't miss out.
Brian?
NFL Sunday High Rollers 5-pack. Get all 5 plays, including my Sunday night game of the year. It's my biggest NFL bet of the year. It's going to cash with ease. Get all 5 for $50 at pickdogs.com, premium pick section.
I guess that leaves it to me. I got a shotgun Sunday 5-pack. And going to have a winning day today. And coming off a solid NFL weekend last week, we're going to continue that over, carry that over today. Yeah, for $29.95 over at the website and cash some winners today. Let's go.
I have a 5-pack. I might add some more games. I don't know. Still looking at it. But that will just be for the monthly people. And I might add, I don't have a pick on the Sunday night game, so I might add that, a Sunday night package too in the World Series. But anyways, let's go through the card and see what we got. We got the Panthers and the Saints. Saints favored by 6.5. This one down from 7.5. And what do you think here?
Ooh. Drew Brees is starting to show his age. I would probably, I think I'm going to lean towards the under.
Under for Ann. And we got Rod, what do you like here?
For me, I have to agree with Ann. I like the under here. Both these teams will run the ball, slow things down. Saints, no Thomas again. I think we get an under here. I like that. Give me the under 50.5.
Ryan?
I'm going to agree with the first two guys. I'm also going to take the under here. I think the Saints defense shows up. I like their defense. Panthers, I don't see them scoring too much today, so I think the under is the sharpest play out of the side or the total.
Chris?
Stick me on an island. I'm going to go with the over, even with Michael Thomas out. That hasn't stopped the Saints from scoring almost 30 points a game, and Carolina can still do their fair share of scoring even without Christian McCaffrey in the lineup. We've seen it, and I like what Matt Rule's doing in Carolina. So give me the over.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers here plus the points. I just think that Drew Brees, when he doesn't have all these options that he normally has, he becomes one-dimensional, and he doesn't have the superior skill set that some of the other quarterbacks have. As Ann said, it's not just that he's showing his age. He shows all the other deficiencies that he's had and why teams have avoided him in free agency throughout his career. When he has the tools and he has the weapons and he has the time in the pocket, Drew Brees is one of the best that's ever done it. He doesn't make a lot of the stupid mistakes. He finds the open guy and hits him, which, I mean, if most of the quarterbacks out there could do that, which they can't, you would see different things. But I think with Drew Brees, what we've seen here is when he becomes one-dimensional, it's kind of like when he was with San Diego and he lost Sproles, right? He wasn't the same anymore. When he loses one of those weapons, when he lost Jimmy Graham, he wasn't the same anymore. New Orleans. And now without Michael Thomas, and all he has is this Kamara dump-off play as his primary thing, he just is a lot less effective. I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I think they make it very this Coach Rule, the way he did it at Baylor, the way he turned that program around, keep the games close, give yourself a chance to win at the end. So win or lose, hey, getting the points. We're going to win. Got the Browns and the Bengals. What are you guys thinking here? And got the this line's down from 4 to 3. And the total 51.
Yeah, this is a rival game. I'm not crazy about those rival games, but Cleveland has been playing good football. And honestly, Joe Burrow is a really good quarterback. I think he's fantastic. If he has, a little bit of a better team, he would be scary. I think has a lot of talent. For this, I probably would lean towards the Bengals.
Rod?
Maybe money line.
For me in this one, I like the under. As like Ann says, it's a rivalry game. I think it's a closer rivalry game, not a high-scoring shootout. Give me the under.
Right?
What's the weather going to be like in this game in Cincinnati? I'm really, really liking the under here, and I see a major public presence on the over. I see Browns recommitting to the run game today. Bengals running the football. Fast clock, take the under.
It was definitely cold in that game in Columbus yesterday. 48 degrees. Looks partly cloudy. It's definitely like an overcast day in Columbus yesterday, which is about an hour and a half north of Cincinnati. It's very similar weather-wise. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Bengals here. I'm a little bit skittish because of this whole Carlos Dunlap thing that's going on and a bit of a distraction. But Baker Mayfield, he's starting to struggle again. You're starting to see all the receivers get frustrated with him. And even though that defense is scary against Joe Burrow, especially with Myles Garrett, I still think Cincinnati can keep this one close. So I'll take the Bengals and the points.
Tell me if you guys like the tape. If you don't like it, we could take it down. I just thought it would be nice to add. I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
I like the Browns, and I like the under. I can't back a Bengals team that gave up 21 points in, 6 minutes?
I thought you gave the under.
Ooh-wee.
You give the under? Okay. Sorry, did I skip you, Rod?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just tried to put some more 2 cents in on this game.
Oh, you talk. Rod's talking over me. I'm going to take the Browns here minus the 3 points. I just think that I think what we have here is, Myles Garrett against the quarterback that's been hit more than any other quarterback in the NFL. I think we might see Joe Burrow get knocked out of the game for the first time in his NFL career. I think this is a really, really bad matchup for him.
We watched it in game 1.
You have the guy who's is probably the premier pass rusher in the NFL against the quarterback that's been really, really knocked around. Let me see where I can put these comments. I can put it over these guys' names for now. So we have got I'm really juggling here today since with the other things. We've got the Texans and the Packers. Texans +3. That's where the line opened. It kind of went up a little bit. It's moved right around a little bit. It's still at the 3, and but 27. I'm showing like no money coming in, no bets coming in on the Texans, which makes it look very, very odd. Ann, what are you thinking?
So Rodgers is coming off one of his worst games, I think, in his whole career. I just don't. This is one of these games I'm kind of staying away from. I feel like it's a trap. They want you to lean towards Green Bay, and I kind of leaning more towards the Texans. But for this, give me the under.
Rod?
For me, in this one, I like the over. Rodgers is definitely going to bounce back after his crappy performance, and want to show that he's not over the hill and done. And the Texans are definitely going to put up points themselves. That Texas defense isn't very good. They'll definitely put up points. I like the over. Give me the over 56 here.
Brian?
Well, I love the guys that come to pickdogs.com and tune in, so I'm going to give away this premium pick right here. Guys, make sure you're on the Texans here. Do not get caught on the Packers. It's one of the biggest public plays I'm seeing. A big tackle out for the Packers today. They're going to get pressure on Rodgers. He's going to get thumped like he did last week. Take the Texans, plus the points. You might not even need them.
Put an asterisk in the ticker on that one. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over as well. I think we see a high-scoring game. Both teams may get into the 30s in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over as well because it's in a dome stadium. I just think that Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, two similar quarterbacks here. Both guys create. I think the difference in why I don't know what happened. I messed up this thing. It's like figures, right?
I'm still leaning towards that under, but I do agree with you, Brian. I definitely agree with you on the Texans. Absolutely.
Well, the problem I have with the Texans, and, I'll say it, again, the problem I have with the Texans is Romeo Crennel. This guy will coach you right out of we saw it happen last week.
I think the players are playing hard for him, though. His team.
Yeah, but coach, a lot of it is coaching decisions, and this guy, I mean, how bad can it get, right? I mean, he's terrible. I mean,
can I add one more thing to it?
Oh, absolutely. You can add whatever you like.
I don't want to talk over it, but if you look at the Pick Dogs discussion group and you see how many guys had the Packers today, it makes me like the Texans even more, honestly. So just that little tidbit. When I see guys talking about a game, having it on their parlay everywhere, just for me, it sells it. So.
I'm with you on all those same reasons. But the issue that I have is that is Romeo Crennel. He's hideous. He's the worst head coach out there. Him and Gase. I mean, he's in that Gase category. I mean, he will coach you right out of a cover. He will.
Yeah, he did that last week to me, but
yeah, I mean, he does it. It's not anything new in his repertoire, right? I mean, we've seen this guy. I mean, he did it to me last week. He went for 2, right, instead of the 1. I still think we would have lost. It came down to the coin toss for us in that game. We lost the coin toss in overtime.
I would have went for 2 also, but that's me.
I would have been cursing you.
You're up by 9. If you're up by 9, the game's over. If you're up by 8, they can still drive the field and get the 2-point conversion. So you're going for the win right there. That's the way I'd go.
You're the Texans.
Like Indiana, like the Hoosiers did last night. Go for 2, go for the win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't buy it. We saw the same thing happen in Minnesota against Seattle a few weeks ago. They went for it instead of kicking the field goal, and which would have made it an 8-point game. We're going to give Russell Wilson the ball back. You gave Russell Wilson the ball back instead of with a chance to tie, a chance to win. It's like
the Jets did it also.
Oh, the Jets it's expected.
Yeah.
It's expected. I mean, how are they even in the conversation? Those of you joining us late, we have Ann Shore with us. She's our newest handicapper. She's not our hostess or anything like that. She's just a handicapper on the site. She's new, so we're trying to go easy on her.
Yeah, I'm a new comment girl.
It's on our best behavior, though, honestly, because I think about what I'm going to say before I say it. So it's a good thing.
I am. We are on our best behavior. Look at Ruffalo. Just brushed his hair. It's all good. So my wife had got me, stone crabs on Friday night for my birthday and key lime pie. And then she also yesterday had a bunch of Reese's pumpkins. That I don't know how she snuck those in the house. They were in the fridge. I didn't even see them. But it's so funny, man. It was like they guess they got melted because we live in Hawaii, drive around the car. So it's like instead of pumpkins, they kind of look like ass cracks. I'll tell you what, they tasted just the same. It's like kind of looks like an ass crack. The thought that counts. I think it was a thought she probably meant it to look like an ass crack for me. But thanks everybody for all the happy birthday wishes. I tried to respond to everybody individually. Chris gets first place with the. Where did you find that?
It's on YouTube. One of my oldest friends sent it to me like 3 or 4 years ago, and then every time we have someone just with a birthday, we just send it to them if they have the name on YouTube.
Oh, it's great, man. It's great. Yeah, those of you that haven't had a chance to check that out, you should. Got the Titans and the Steelers. Remember the Titans. This team is 5-0, 2-3 against the number. Up against the Steelers, 5-0, 4-1 against the number. oddly enough, right, the weird thing is about this weird year of years, this is only the second road game for the Steelers all season. It's crazy, right? And what do you think? This is,
This is crazy. So they're both undefeated.
This is the
show superpower. I mean, personally, I'm probably leaning towards the Steelers, but I do like the under. I think it's going to be, both defenses are going to be keeping it tight.
Rod?
For me, I'm going to have to go the other way. I'm going to take the over in this game. Tannehill's 8-1 at Nissan Field to the over. Tannehill and the Titans have been scoring. They scored 42, and then they scored another 42. The side in this game, you have to decide if you think the Steelers can stop Henry. If you think the Steelers can stop Henry, take the Steelers. If you don't think the Steelers can stop Henry, take the Titans. But definitely take the over. We're definitely going to see some points here in this game. Give me the over.
Brian?
I'm going to disagree with Rod and side with Ann on this one. As far as I can tell, the big bettors from my sample like the under. I see both teams really rushing the ball. I think the Titans are the best 5-0 team that's under the radar. I mean, I don't hear much talk about the Titans. For me, I think it's going to be a defensive battle, 15 to 10. I mean, low scoring. Take the under. That's all I'm going to say.
Chris?
Yeah, the Titans scored 42 in back-to-back weeks, but they also gave up 36 to a pretty bad Houston team last week. Pittsburgh, they're covering over 60% of their games as underdogs since Ben Roethlisberger came into the league. So I'll lean towards the Steelers here.
I'm going to go under as well. I just think that, you could say that they got beat and all that other stuff by, all the points that they gave up to the Texans. Whenever you have a quarterback like that can really create, like Deshaun Watson, he's going to burn you. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers. The NFL is one of those weird things where it's like guys, like the best offensive linemen, they can hold a defender from rushing the quarterback for about 2 to 3 seconds. That's what's the difference between a lousy turnstile offensive lineman and a really good one. So that's why mobility in the pocket has become so popular. I mean, 25 years ago, you never saw a mobile quarterback, right? There was like, we can't have a quarterback like this, It's like, no way. Now it's like, I mean, it's everything to be able to get out from under that pressure. And the guys that can throw effectively on the run are the best quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, all these guys do it. Deshaun Watson, they all do it. Ben Roethlisberger does not do it. He takes a beating, and that's why he's been injured so much in recent years. He had a bad offensive line for a few years also, and all that stuff is hung over. I think also you got to take into account when the Titans gave up all those points to the Texans, they were on a short week, right? Because
they're coming off of that win over the Bills.
Yeah, this organization has been, I mean, to be 5-0 after coming off of, COVID and all this other, right? It's like, missing all these guys, they shut down their facilities, right? It's like, I mean, these guys have really pieced it together. No excuses. I'm going with the under too. I think I think they're gonna bruise them, and I think they're gonna, I think that Vrabel is, comes out of that Belichick school, and I think he's gonna say that Chase Claypool, you can be on the field if you want, but you're not gonna catch a pass, and we're gonna see what you guys can do now. And then you have to go to number 2, which is JoJo, and we saw when JoJo was the number 1, he's not good. I like the under in this one. I think it's going to come down to running the football. That's just my take. We'll go to our next pick. I don't know. Every time I add another game here, it's like changing the background. So maybe what I can do though, I'm struggling with the tape.
You got to hire an assistant there and help you out.
Yeah, I should hire an assistant.
Get a college kid or something.
That's what everyone always says. College kids are doing what I did in college. Unfortunately,
I'm joking around.
Unfortunately, they're doing what I'm doing. less the trips to the dean's office, I'm sure. But my nephews are in college. They do our video loading, and I can tell you for 100% certainty, they're doing exactly what I was doing in college. Less getting arrested, less, a lot of the other stuff. But it's like, I know last night it's like I try not to be on their social media because I don't want to know. Falcons and the Lions. These are two teams that, I mean, they're not out of it. They've shown that they have some talent, but these are two teams that we've seen really good performances out of these teams, and we've seen really bad performances. I wonder if I could slow this tape down and drop. I'm sure I can. But, Ann, what are you thinking here?
This is going to be a mess of a game. Atlanta can't do anything right. They're terrible. I would take the over for this. I think it's just going to be a big mess. I think they're going to run the ball all over and put up a lot of touchdowns.
I agree. Give me the over. Both teams don't know how to keep a lead either. Both of these teams love blowing leads. Give me the over. Definitely going to see some touchdowns in this one.
No, for me, I think the over just seems too easy. It's not a game I'm rushing to bet. I'm not touching this game. But if I had to pick a side or a total, I would lean towards the under, and it's just to play against the over bettors. That's about it. I don't know. Atlanta's defense is bad, and so is the Lions. But I'm gonna take a chance here with the under. Put $50 on it.
You're taking the under because it's Sharks versus Joe versus Pro.
I can't help myself.
Why you're taking the under.
I cannot help myself.
No.
I have a bad addiction. You can't help it.
I think we found Brian's new name. It's King Joe. There we go.
I found a T-shirt I saw online. It said "Fade the Public" or something like that. I was gonna pick it up. So then you get those T-shirts and they're really cheaply made. I want a nice one. Fade the Public.
Nothing wrong with that. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the over here. I think it's it's two bad defenses and two offenses that can put points on the board even if they can't hold on to a lead. And I'm also gonna lean towards the Lions here. I don't want any part of the Falcons.
I'm gonna go with the over too. I'm gonna be senior square with you guys. I'm with Brian. It's a square play, but
I'm on an island. I'm the only guy with the under. Oh, well.
Yeah, that's usually not a bad place to be. But on this show, actually, there have been picks on this show where, we're all on the same pick, and every other capper on the site is on another side. Those are the ones where we've hit. There was one this past week where it was like that, where it was like us, and then like everybody else was on the other side. And we were the only ones.
I can't remember what that was.
I can't remember what it was, but it was one of the games this past week.
Sorry, Brian. I'm alone on my Steelers under island here.
Hey, we're all on islands. I was on an island on many of the picks on yesterday's show. I think some of them I won and some of them I lost, but the ones that I'll hear the most about are the ones that I lost, like that other side, that Oklahoma game. A bunch of them.
Well, I'm on the under with the N on that Titans game. I really like that under. It's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
I'll come on the island.
See how nice Brian is?
No.
Mitch, you should be like Brian.
Silly people,
Yeah, I'm by myself on a lot of games. I think I might have been by myself on the Rays yesterday too. Were you on the Rays with me, Brian? Yesterday?
I picked the Rays in the show, but honestly, I didn't bet the game and I didn't watch the game, so that's my full disclosure there.
See, that's what this World Series, was missing in this whole postseason. We hadn't seen a wild, wacky game like that, like a back and forth, with the wild finish, of like, just. They say if you go to the baseball game every day, you'll see something that you've never seen before, and that was one of those games, where you saw something like, the playoff game in at Target Field where it hit the bricks and the guy thought it was like it was a ground rule double, and it ended up being a live ball, and it was inside the ballpark home run. The guy standing there doing nothing. And it's like, those are just, those are things that happen in baseball. They say if you want to meet the most characters at any sporting event, you go to the racetrack. And I agree with that as well.
Oh, I agree with that too. Oh, man. Oh, man. From both ends of the spectrum, you get characters at the racetrack.
You can also see them at the slot machines too. If you go in the casinos, there'll be some characters at the slots.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't have the.
Not like the racetrack.
You don't have the interaction like the racetrack.
Racetrack.
I love the track. I started on the air. My first stuff I ever did on the air is I did. I was on a show called The Regular Guy Show at River Downs in Cincinnati, and my first regular guest. And it was like I threw out. They got calls from all over the country to have me back, and it was like became a regular thing. And it was a fun show. It was kind of like this, but it was horse racing, and you're at the track, and the guy the guy would have like a plate of chicken wings, and you sit there eating wings, watching races, and it's like you badmouth a jockey, and the guy shows up on the set, and he's like, "You go out there." It's like I'm like, I just said you like to come in second a lot. That's all I said. you got a lot of seconds. You come across in first, I'll be the first one to congratulate you. Got mad. Those you don't want to mess with a jockey, man. Those guys are tough. I mean, you want to see the athletes that are in the crazy shape, horse jockeys and rodeo cowboys, man. You do not want to mess with those guys.
I used to be a rodeo cowboy.
Sure you were.
My friend's jockey growing up. He was a scary dude.
They are tough.
Yeah.
Those guys, I mean, they haven't eaten in 25 years. I mean, it's like,
he was tiny and short.
I mean, I miss lunch, man. My blood sugar goes, it's like, you don't want to be anywhere near me. Think I'm bad now. Got the JETS, Jets. Of course, light following here for 0-6 for the Jetropolitans. And
Bills struggled against Kansas City, but Jets have the worst. I mean, I can't stand their coaching staff. I think it's terrible. Their whole team is awful. Some of you guys know I'm all upset that Trevor Lawrence could be a Jet next year. But
they'll screw that up too. Don't worry, they'll screw that up too. No, don't even worry about it.
You were right.
Don't even worry about it.
I was hoping for that. You are absolutely right. I am actually loving the under in this. I love it. I think it's gonna go way under. I didn't take this as a premium, but I could see it going under.
Is New York getting that same weather that we've seen at some of the other places yesterday?
Let me check.
I'll have to take a look at this.
I have an app that does all that too. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ruffalo's normally our information person.
It's not far from the stadium. It's about maybe an hour and a half, less than that. So, and it's overcast here right now.
Let me see what I see for this. I am seeing no weather report for this game. Oh, there it is.
There's definitely rain coming, yeah.
Yeah, 51 degrees. So it looks overcast.
So I guess that, if it's raining, I'm always all about those unders.
Who's this? This is Ann Shore. She's our newest capper.
Hi.
I'm always way behind on the comments. Rod, who do you like?
I don't like this game, that's for sure.
What don't you like about it?
And you have to take the Bills blindly and just fade the Jets. That's all you can do here. That's what I'll do.
The line did move. I think it went from 10.5 to now 9.5.
I see 10s across with 110.5, but
that's what I see.
I did find
if you see it drop to 9.5, bet the.
I did see that. I told my husband. I said, maybe take that.
Well, you guys don't have to ask me. You know where I'm at. You guys know what the two teams that haven't covered a spread yet this year. One's the Jets. You guys know who the other team is?
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, you got it, Chris. But anyway, in this game, the Jets finally cover, and it wouldn't shock me if they won the game outright.
It was Rod's turn. Rod.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rod just said the Buffalo Bills, did he?
Oh, did he?
I thought so.
I did. I said you have to take the Bills no matter what. You got to fade the Jets. You can't take them.
Brian, Jets money line. You said?
No, I'm not going to ride the Jets money line, but I'm going to wait a little bit to kickoff, try to get 10.5. But if I ever see it go to 9.5, I'm going to just load up on the Jets. Too many people backing the Bills. They're laying a lot of points.
10.5's all over the place.
All over the place, man.
And I'm in on the Jets. Take the Jets plus 10.5. They're going to get their first cover today.
They're going to get slaughtered. Chris?
Yeah.
Bills win by 21 at least.
Yeah, I'm with you. I have a premium pick on this one. It's the Bills. No surprise to anyone. There's the free premium. If you guys could smash the like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. We look at the Bills' last two teams that they've played. Okay, they played the Titans and they played the Chiefs. The Titans and the Chiefs played for the AFC Championship last year and could easily play for the AFC Championship again this year, right? Two of the best teams in the AFC. This is the Jets, okay? The New York Jets. These guys stink.
I smell a hat.
Stink.
You want to bet a hat on this game?
No, I don't want. I don't want your stinking hat.
I'll wear my Jets hat all
Let's put about 7 or 8 dimes on it.
No.
Let's make it interesting. Let's make it really interesting.
Then I'll really be salty.
Let's put a couple mortgage payments on this thing.
All of a sudden, somebody doesn't like the Jets as much anymore.
So yesterday, right, I'm watching the Baylor-Texas game, and I just happened to be putting in some other bets in, and I see the live bet come across the screen, 23.5, Baylor, plus 23.5. I hit it. I accidentally hit the max bet on my account, which you guys know I got maxed to 5,000. I accidentally max bet it and hit it. Won by like a mile, right? They lost by 11. Oh, man. It was awesome. But it was like it was like sometimes those work in your favor. Most of the time they do, right? Then you change them. But Boise was my big birthday present. Don't adjust your sets.
I think this week is going to be a big public killer, personally. I think we'll in the NFL. It's been hard all year. Last year was a little bit of a get back, but I think this week's going to be murder.
You know why it's hard? Because those fans, when that team really needs that big stop or that big whatever, they need that adrenaline rush. They don't get it. There's no fans in the stands. They don't get that. That's the part
that's why you're seeing that the chalk teams, the ones that are really are the better teams. Everything's playing out more to form. Without that fan, without the emotion, without that other stuff, going into it. Imagine some of these teams like, that Minnesota-Seattle game, on Monday night a few weeks ago. Imagine Minnesota going into that end zone, trying to get the first down. What would the decision have been then, into that end zone? It's like, there's no way.
They wouldn't have made it that close to the end zone as it was in Seattle. On that drive at the end, they wouldn't have made it that far down. They would have got stuffed in the middle of the field, I think.
Growing up in Miami, the Orange Bowl had one end of the end zone was open, and the other one had crowd in it, and it was like no one wanted to go into the west end zone. It was like it was where they had the cemetery. Was in the west end zone.
Who does Buffalo have next weekend? Who do they play? I think they play the Patriots. That's a game that they love to play, the Bills. So maybe they look past the Jets here a little bit.
I think the Bills have lost a couple. I don't think
the Bills have a tight end on the roster.
I think the Bills have lost a few games, and it's like they need to get back on the winning track.
I can see that too.
I
love Allen. He's one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. But
he's great.
I'll have to give Mitch credit for that. He called that, and I thought Wentz was better than Allen, but that didn't happen.
Oh, you're foolish and lack vision, but that's okay.
No, I'll give you credit on that one. You were 100% correct. But not on this game covering, though. Jets cover.
All right. We shall see. We'll bet a hat on it.
All right. And send me whatever Bills hat you want, and I'll make sure you get it. But I have a feeling I'll be wearing a JETS Jets per next Sunday.
I don't think so. I'm sure I can get those at a deep discount.
They're like my Angels. They're like my Los Angeles Angels.
I'll go into my local Kohl's, man. It'll be like 50 cents or something.
No. I want a really nice Jets hat. So we'll see.
Be like,
yeah, the really nice one is 50 cents.
It's like next to the Antonio Brown Patriots jerseys.
Or like all like the San Francisco or 49ers Super Bowl champions merch that they couldn't use.
It would be fun if I didn't take the Jets on Sunday. So.
Speaking of Jets, we got the Cowboys and the Washington football team. Still think Eskimos would be a great name for this franchise.
Speaking of Jets.
Yeah. Speaking of Jets.
The veterans. Washington.
And what do you think here with the Eskimos up against the Cowboys? Definitely still a rivalry.
One of the worst defense in both the leagues. So I am loving this over. I know Washington has gone 1-8 in the past 2 years with their unders between 42.5 and 49. So I do like this over. Again, I mean, both. I think it's their second string quarterbacks are in, right, for both teams. So I just love the over for this.
Cowboys rumors of trading for Sam Darnold is out there, Ryan Fitzpatrick, all sorts of rumors surrounding the Cowboys and quarterbacks. But so you like the over here? Is that what's going on?
I do. I do. Like I said, the game has they haven't gone under. They're 1-8 for the past 2 years for the totals of between 42.5 and 49.
There you go. So we're not used to having people here that do their homework.
I did. 20 minutes before the show, but just kidding.
The whole place is going to shit. Rod, what do you got?
Give me Washington here today. I'm not backing this Dallas team. I can't do it. They're like the Jets. The Jets of the NFC. Washington's not much better either. This is an ugly game. I'm definitely not going heavy on this game. Nice little light bet on Washington.
Brian?
I agree with Ann 100%. I really like the over today. Washington should be able to put up some points in that Civ defense Dallas has. And part of me thinks that Dallas maybe has given up. I don't know. But I'll take the over here.
Chris, Brian, looking for your sucking up title. I'm trying to take it away from you there. Chris is.
I can't help it. Great minds think alike, man.
Ruffalo invented sucking up.
Especially with the YouTube video.
It's like, I'm gonna send Mitch a YouTube video.
On a different island.
Next year, I'm getting Mitch a singing telegram right
he
to
also,
the doorstep.
He also sent me a gift certificate for a free appetizer at TGI Fridays.
I can't match that.
Not exclusions apply.
Only good with the purchase of an entree
and a large drink.
I'm gonna go with the under here. I think the forecast is calling for a downpour in Washington, so I think we're going to see a lot of running the ball. I think we're going to see a lot of battles in the trenches, and even with two bad defenses, I think this stays under.
I took the Cowboys against the Cardinals in that Monday night game. I did, man. I own it. I live with it. I got on that one. That was one of that. That's the type of pick that you give out that people, the trolls, go to your personal Facebook page and find pictures of you and your wife and leave nasty messages. That's that type of pick. It was so bad, man. I'm taking Washington. I'm done with the Cowboys, and Washington now saying that they're going to go as the Washington football team next year as well. They've already called it in advance. I'll help him. We should send an open letter to Dan Snyder. We did just like our Adam Silver letter that we wrote. We'll do the open letter to Dan Snyder. I honestly think that my open letter to Adam Silver that we sent him, the email that we sent him, I honestly believe that helped with the bubble. I do. I'm going to take some credit there. My idea was similar to the bubble. It was exactly similar to the bubble. It was just a different location.
Yeah, that's all.
My idea was the bubble though, and it was just a different location. It was way before they came up with the bubble. Yeah, we are.
I think Paulie Shore came up with the bubble, I believe.
Oh, what?
Wasn't there a movie in the 90s that they lived in a bubble or something?
Bubble Boy?
It's called Biodome.
Bubble Boy or something.
Yeah.
No, it was Biodome.
But
It was called Biodome.
John Travolta was the boy in the plastic bubble. That was way back.
That was before I was born. So
No, that was my time.
Moors. No, it's Moops. It says Moops.
Yes.
Moors. No, Moops. The Bubble Boy lives here?
Yes.
Like Washington with you guys, though. I do agree with that one.
We got the Raiders and the Bucks. Another line mover here. I don't know if there was news on these linemen for the Raiders or something. Take a look. Take a quick look. But this one is at 5 now. I'm a little leery on this game because the Bucks have been playing well recently, but most of those wins have been at home. And
4 now. 4 across the board everywhere.
Yep. That's down from a full point yesterday.
Yep. I saw it at 5, but that's all right. But what we're seeing is, with the Bucks, is we're in that similar situation where it's like there was only 2 late games last week, and one was Miami against the Jets, right? So it was like not even really a football game. And then you had the much anticipated Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady, and the Bucks had this, their best performance of the season on both sides of the football. So you got the hype machine, right? So we know where Brian's at already, And how about you? What are you thinking here?
Well, I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, Tampa Bay's acquired Antonio Brown. I love him. They had all the weapons last week to shut down Rodgers. Raiders, they've been, interesting lately. I like the under for this one. Give me the under.
Rod?
I'll take Vegas. And what I see is a field goal game. Linemen or no linemen. They've been practicing. They're ready to go. I think they keep this tight. Right. Vegas. Plus 4.5, 5 if you can still find it. Jump it.
People liking the tape. I'm way behind on the comments, but at least people like it.
I see the Raiders probably going to 3.5 by kickoff, but guys, that's the best thing about being a handicapper. 1 week you can be in love with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This week I'm in love with the Raiders. Buccaneers flying across the country. Big win over the Packers where they absolutely smushed them. But the Raiders off a bye week. Big game for them. I don't care if their offensive line is out. Give me the Raiders here. It's a field goal game. Give me the points.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Raiders as well. I think this is a letdown spot after that win over the Packers and with the cross country road trip, like Brian mentioned. I'll take the Raiders and the points.
I think the total here is too high. I'm gonna go with the under. I think it's just a shade too high. 52. It's 7 touchdowns and change. It's 7 touchdowns and a field goal. It's just a lot. These NFL games, it's like, man, it's like especially with the 4:05 start. They moved it up. It's a squeeze-in thing, right? The clock's gonna be moving. It just seems that certain games the clock just moves really fast. Other games it doesn't. I'm gonna guess this is a fast one, so I'm gonna take the under as well. I'm gonna move the tape to the bottom. Okay, this is a request that we have from the audience. I'm gonna see what this looks like. We'll move this to here. It's always a work in progress. Let's see, we'll move Rod here. So because I want to, but it's, I guess we can put Rod here, Ryan here, Chris here, and then that way we can move the comments back to where they used to be. Yeah, I think that is better, actually. I think that is better. Awesome. All right. It's always a work in progress. Chargers and the Jaguars. Those of you joining us late, and sure, our newest handicapper at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. She's not here to be the host or hostess or bake us cookies. She's a sharp handicapper who's actually taking names when it comes to picking winners so far. Of course, we got our regular cast, Chris Ruffalo, Brian Bittler, and Rod Zwacky on their best behavior.
I'm watching my language today.
None of their normal shit's going on today.
Me too, guys.
This is where that promise of hoping to be more professional actually comes into play.
No,
you are more professional today.
No, like three shows in, she's gonna be worse than any of us. I've seen this before.
No locker room banter today.
She'll be like,
I was like, don't swear on the show.
She'll be like, Bittler, you clown.
Well, yeah, 'cause your first show, you get those nervous jitters, and you're all like, and then after you move down the line, you're just like, yeah, all right, woo.
You're only in when the words foolish and lack vision leave your mouth.
Yeah, there you go. When you get that once, yeah.
Well, I think everyone has seen my first time on, right? So it's like,
That's when you had hair.
well, I had hair last year. You know, I cut it off. It didn't fall out.
Oh, mine fell out. I was dealing with Mitch for the last year. All my hair fell out.
Mine just
Being so mean
migrated.
to me.
Mine just migrated. It just went south.
There you go. Rod's got this.
I still got my hair.
Temporarily. We'll check back next year.
We lost me. Let's see what happened here. I just wanted to show everybody my spotlight game. I don't know why Ann's picture is there. Oh well. That's what happens.
Hello.
I'll get back to that. I just want to show everybody my first video. Let's see how we could do this. For some reason, I think because I didn't set it on I used the parlay screen. Let's see what happens here. Oh, man, again? Chris with me? Rod. Brian. I wonder why that is happening. Let's see. Won't let me change it. But anyways, here's my first video that I ever did right here. And that he can really end up being one of the greatest wide receivers as well. You see how my lips are moving and different time when the sound's coming out?
The talent, skills to get the job done.
What wide receiver are you talking about?
Both defenses suffered key losses. Daniel led the Tigers to an outstanding.
Chase Daniel against Juice Williams.
Hi everyone, this is Mitch, and welcome to this week's Spotlight Game. This week's Spotlight Game features the University of Illinois Fighting Illini traveling to St. Louis to take on the Missouri Tigers. This is a game when I first saw the schedule that I was looking very forward to.
It's my first video ever on
YouTube. Two of
YouTube.
last year's best teams and two teams that entered this season.
Gotta smash the like button.
Both teams are quite similar in the regard that they both have highly touted quarterbacks who know how to get the job done. Chase Daniel of Missouri is on top of everybody's Heisman list, and deservedly so. Daniel led the Tigers to an outstanding record.
There we go.
Chase Daniel, former backup quarterback.
Oh, there you go.
Love it.
Let me get everybody back. But that's my first video that I ever did on YouTube. It was my spotlight game. It was when I first started college football plays. And it's funny because it's like if you could find the video, I should see if it's on there. Like the video that's like a couple after that, after I hit my first big winner, totally different. It's like all of a sudden I'm like this guy in the shell to hell yeah, baby.
It's kind of like Babe Ruth footage with him in the Red Sox, when he first started out. So you're like the Babe Ruth of handicapping. That's your first footage. So big change between Red Sox, Ruth, Yankees.
These are all the Chicago videos. I'm looking through, and it's like many logos ago. It's funny because it's like if you see this, you're kind of like when you see yourself like different haircuts, different, like Oprah, you're getting bigger and smaller. It's like all these. I have all these different, products that I pushed. I only a few of them. You can see the ones where I rolled out of bed. Here's one that I did when Patrick Kane's hoisting the cup behind me in the video at the Chicago Blackhawks. Kane is doing one of these. That was one of my better ones.
That was his goal that nobody thought was a goal. Won the cup.
It was the first cup they won.
Yeah, where there's not where he put the goal in
Philly.
Everybody was standing around. He knew he was scored because he was all dancing around, and everybody else was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it was in Philly, but this was actually in downtown Chicago. Oh, here's when I used to do hockey advisor software. Here's in the Florida Keys. Lots of good ones. Anyways, man, let's get back to these games. I'm sure people are wondering what we're even talking about. We got the Chargers and the Jaguars. And what are you thinking here?
All right, you want my potty mouth?
Yeah, go for it. You can.
Jags are so bad.
You could say suck.
All right, they suck. They're total dumpster fires. Mitch's favorite words he likes to use. Chargers are coming off of a bye week, so they're probably rested. I'll just lean towards Chargers. I like that.
How about you, Rod?
I agree. Give me the Chargers here. Chargers are rested. I think they win by 10 plus points. This Jaguars team is the worst in the NFL. They are the worst.
Brian, Chargers, one of the squarest plays on the board. Are you on board?
So Rod just said that the Jaguars are the worst. That means the Jets are the second worst, which is a good thing. Anyway, this game I'll go under. I think I'd like to be talked into the Jaguars. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it, and I think both teams are going to struggle to score points. I like the Chargers defense, so I'm going to play the under here for $50.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chargers aren't used to being a favorite, but they're going to get Melvin Ingram back today, and there's word that Jacksonville might replace Gardner Minshew, so I don't want any part of Mike Glennon or Jake Luton as my quarterback if I'm the Jaguars, and I'll lay the points with the Chargers as well. I think they win this one by at least 10 points.
Yeah, for me, I'm with you guys on this, on the Chargers as the squares play. But if you're going to bet the Chargers and you're going to lay that hook over the top, you might as well push this thing as far as you can with the points. Go to like 10 or 9.5. Get the extra money. It's like 7.5 isn't going to do you any good, and it's like either they're going to cover a big number or they're going to lose outright. Right? I mean, that's the Chargers. That's Anthony Lynn. That is what we were used to from them, and you could pretty much expect it. Man, I'm looking through these pictures and all these old videos. It's like you could see my marathon running days. I look emaciated. It's like that's back in my 30-inch waist days. French Open tennis. I did a video. What the hell was I thinking? These are like I'm looking like back at these old
How many
videos.
views did that get for French Open tennis?
French Open tennis got. I mean, back in the day, I never got views anyway. I mean, yeah, everyone thinks like I just walked in and got like, huge views. I didn't go and spam other people's sites and stuff like that. But if you look at some of these old videos, it's like 19 views. Free 3-team parlay for 6309 got 19 views.
I think if you did a tennis video today, it'd probably get 25% of what you normally
French
get.
Open tennis got 113 views.
Nice.
Yep. We'll take it.
Take it.
Reds Phillies. Preakness. The Preakness in 5/16/2009, 116 views. Yeah,
Well,
so
that gets more views than the radio show the old radio show used to get.
wow, here's one of me outside of Wrigley Field. That's crazy. I did one from the rooftops at Wrigley where Albert Pujols hit a home run right over my head while I'm doing the camera. It was awesome. Wow, did I have a bad haircut. Here's my wife with me, Valentine's Day. She's only been on one video ever. It was Ohio State, Wisconsin, 2/14/09, Valentine's Day. Wow, another bad haircut. Wow.
See, I told you need my haircut services. You just don't know
You touch me, I'm calling the cops.
it.
Put one hand on me. Let's see what happened here. So here's my second video. Let's see what this one was. Can't even get it to play. Oh, wait. Here we go. This is before there was widescreen. These are square.
Hi, this is my 31st of 2008. We're just here to talk about real quickly today's game that we really like. We like the Colorado Buffaloes laying 11 points. Just real quick about yesterday, we're up 9.5 units. No, we didn't hit pitch. It's Sunday, August 31st of 2008. We're just here real quickly today's game that we really like. We like the Colorado Buffaloes laying 11 points. Just real quick about yesterday, we're up 9.5 units. No, we didn't hit every game correctly, but we sure hit enough. I will take up 9.5 units any week.
Up 9.5 units. I wasn't the one that I was thinking about, but you could see, like, that's my second video, so it's like you could see I got a little bit more comfortable as time went on. I was hoping it was actually the next one that was UCLA Tennessee, and that's the one where I come out of the show. But anyways, speaking of coming out of the show, we got the Patriots and the 49ers. And Patriots 49ers. Patriots -3, total 45.
So I am 49ers are 8-1 on the road. Last week Patriots they lost. That was a mess. Jimmy G looks like he's back to normal. So I'm gonna take the 49ers on the money line.
Rod?
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Patriots here. I think Belichick has seen enough of Garoppolo, and which Jimmy G you're going to get. I can't put all my eggs in his one good start. He could come and have a bad start. I think Belichick will have a nice game plan devised here. Patriots are going to run the ball. I like the under. Give me the under. I think we got a low-scoring slugfest here.
Brian?
I think Ann's right 1,000% here. This is a game that almost was my premium pick. I dropped it out and added something else at the end, but really we see a 2.5 in a spot or two. I like them straight up, money line, just like she does. I think Niners are a much better team, and that'll show through today.
Chris?
No, I'm going to go with the Patriots here. I think New England needs this win to make next week's game against Buffalo have a little bit more weight to it, and the Patriots don't lose 3 games in a row very often, so I'll take New England in this one.
Yeah, for me, it's a lean to the Patriots at the best. Mostert's out here, right? So he's kind of the guy in the backfield there for the Niners. He's their home run hitter. And Garoppolo, the thing is that Bill Belichick, if you look at his game plan, right, and he takes away, their best weapon, right? So it's Kittle or it's Debo, right? It's one of those two or both. And I just don't see Garoppolo being able to make good enough decisions to beat him, I just don't see it. The issue here is with the Patriots is that they have no wide receivers, and the guys that they've depended on in the past, like Julian Edelman, all of a sudden, it's like they cut his hands off or something. It's like he just can't even catch. It's like, I apologize to people that have had their hands cut off, but, seriously, what the hell, right? This guy just cannot catch a football.
How are the Patriots going to score in this one?
Cam.
Cam Newton's, to me, he seems like a shell of his former self. I don't know. I guess we just see it differently. I see the Patriots as a team on the decline, and Niners are going to get better as the season goes on. I don't know. We'll see. They've always been a running back by committee team. I think Mostert's not going to make a big deal. They'll find somebody else to plug in.
It's like you say shell. Ruffalo's over there like, I haven't had stuffed shells in a while. He's like,
I'm hungry. My tummy's starting to grumble over here.
It's like, and he's like, yeah, I got a nice loaf of bread. I got it's Sunday. What the? He's like, this is good. He goes, well, I think we're onto something. I see it all. I see the wheels in motion. Got the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs in the Brian Bitler Square Fest.
Man, the hits just keep on coming today.
This is about as square as it gets. I
think the Packers are as square as it gets. But this is close.
No way. This one is. This one is way squarer. What's the number on that? You know what? Maybe the Packers are more square.
The Packers are more square. That is the number one square board on the board today. Is the Packers. Followed closely behind by this Chief game, though.
What about the Jets game? That's right there at the rankings.
But the Jets, there's legitimate things to back it there, And
I'll give you that.
This is one of my favorite videos of all time. This one right here. These are ones.
Is it the first one me and you did together? That might be mine.
No. This is the best. This is the best. So, in this one, the thing to watch for. This is in Key West, Florida. This is at the furthest south place in the United States, and there's a buoy thing, and it says further south. Now there's a guy that walks in behind me while I'm shooting, and you got to see this. This is easily one of my favorite videos ever. Okay, so here we go. We have to use Ann on the thing because somehow she's in my parlay. But here we go.
Tuesday, December 29th. 2009, here in Key West, Florida. I'm at the southernmost point in the United States. Behind me is a monument statue. It says it on the other side.
Now you got to watch this. Everyone's taking their picture because it's the southernmost point in the U.S.
I'm not going to let it happen. Man, we're here to talk about the Miami Hurricanes and the Wisconsin Badgers going at it tonight in the bowl game. The game's not being played here in Key West. It's not being played in Miami either. It's being played in Orlando, Florida.
Here he is.
We're 90 miles from Cuba.
Look at this guy.
126 Miami by car. It's a lot longer than that from Madison, Wisconsin, but a heck of a lot warmer. Both these teams started in the south of their divisions, over the last couple years, moving to the northern part, not as far north as they want to be, though, but both these teams trying to get there and definitely making a huge step.
You sound like a weatherman.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking.
I do.
Yep, like a weatherman, given like the long latitude, longitude, the clouds coming in.
There's some classics, man. There's some classics. There's a whole bunch of them from Belize. I'm still sunburned from this Belize trip in 2011.
You need a best of video.
Anyways, back to the game and Broncos and Chiefs. The Brian Bitler Square Fest.
I have a premium play on this today for the total, so I definitely suggest you guys get on that, and that is a winner. And so I like, give me the Chiefs spread for this. Broncos, yeah, they beat Patriots last week, but if you think about it, they didn't score a touchdown. So that guy, Brandon McNor, or whatever his name is, he was the hero of that game. So I like Chiefs definitely on the spread here.
Rod.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs on the spread here. I was trying to find a stat and a number, but I can't find the number. It's a stat of the Chiefs ATS on the road versus another AFC. I believe it's 15-3 when Andy Reid is coaching. The Chiefs are against the spread on the road versus another AFC. So give me the Chiefs here to cover. I also like a nice little prop bet here. Mahomes over 20.5 rushing yards. I think he easily will pop out some of those little runs today in the Snow Bowl because it's going to be snowing all day in Denver. That's when he'll pop out. He likes to run in the snow. As we started to see in the playoffs last year, Mahomes will pop out and run. And I think he gets over 20.5 yards today.
I love that, Rod.
So it's Mahomes over 20.5 yards as your pick?
Yeah, and take the Chiefs. I'll give you two. Chiefs. Chiefs and Mahomes over 20.5 yards.
You should enter that one as a premium, so Mitch has to look it up whether Mahomes went over the 20 yards.
I'll leave it blank, man. I leave it blank unless and if someone enters like these soccer picks or whatever, you could ask these guys. I just leave them blank. You know, it's
well,
like,
Brian, you just answered one of my questions. I was going to ask Mitch later about that. So if I could enter in certain things.
oh yeah, that's why we have it that way. But you know,
because I wanted Bama. Yeah, I had Bama in my parlay yesterday to score more than 43.
Oh, team total.
Yeah, and I didn't.
Brian and Rod and Brian can easily help you with that. They're better.
Okay.
They're better at it than I am. I always just enter the regular plays.
I like team totals and first five once in a while. Just make sure that you put it square that someone can say it.
Okay.
Someone knows that you're actually putting a team total. Otherwise, Mitch will get a pile of emails.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
As far as this Denver Broncos game goes, this is maybe my least liked sharp play on the board today. I just cannot back the Chiefs in any way. It's just not in my DNA. But I kind of like Drew Lock. I like the Broncos in that high altitude. If I had to pick the game, I'd go with the Broncos, but I'm not rushing to the window for it.
You got to pick it for the show. Who do you like?
Broncos, plus the points.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos as well. I think the snow is going to muddy things up a little bit, and I just think it's going to be a heavy dose of running the ball. And even though the Chiefs have Hilaire and Bell, I think Denver can keep up here. So I'm going to take the Broncos and the points.
The number here is coming way down on the total. It's down 5.5 points. So it's kind of moving out of that range. It's a lean at best for me at this number. What I'm seeing at 44, but it's the under. I think this is like 18-15 again. It's
gonna be a mutter.
It's going to be a mutter. Its mother was a mutter. Its father was a
father's mother was a mother.
Father's mother. And let's see what we got next. We've got. Weird because I can't see everyone because I'm doing the tape at the same time. There we go. But so far, positive comments on the tape that I've seen. We've got the Sunday night game. It's the Seahawks and the Cardinals. And what are you thinking?
I'm leaning towards the Cardinals, but I do like the over. I think it's at 55.5. I can see that being just going right above that. I feel a little bit more confident with the over.
Rod.
The over-under is on 54.5 is where I see it sitting. I don't think it's moved a budge. It opened at 54 and it's stuck there. It hasn't even moved. I like the under. I think it's just going to go under that number.
I agree with Rod here. I like the under as well. I think this is a very important game as far as NFC West goes. I think both teams' defenses step up. Also like Kyler Murray to score the first touchdown at 10-1. So I'll be putting $50 on that.
Chris?
I like the over here. I think Seattle's defense hasn't been as rock solid as it has been in years past. I think Arizona's going to give up quite a bit as well. And I think for my first touchdown, I'm going to go with DK Metcalf. I like DK Metcalf to score the first touchdown.
He's a stud.
I'm taking the Seahawks all day. This is the Cardinals are the square play here. It's just
not according to the money.
Well, according to a very, very public underdog. Very public underdog here. And that is bad news. And we saw the Lions go into Arizona and beat the Cardinals. The Seahawks are going to bust them up, man. They're going to bust them up. It's like if you can lose to the Lions at home, you sure as hell can lose to the Seahawks. So I think the Seahawks bust them up, and I'm just seeing way too much action. I'm hearing from the gallery, from the peanut gallery, way too many people on the Cardinals to be in my comfort zone. Normally, I would go with the home dog all day in a night game, all night in a day game. You guys know. I just think it's like I've been thinking I don't have a premium play on this game because I've been going back and forth on it because I did like the Cardinals all the way. But it's like I'm hearing so much Cardinals. That's like public underdog, bad news, kind of like Minnesota yesterday. Same number.
But it's being bet differently as far as the.
Not much.
I agree with you though. It does remind me of Minnesota Gophers.
But the money is starting to flip the other way here. It's definitely moving in the other direction. It was a lot. It was really heavy on Seattle, but the line moved in that direction, to represent the money. It's not like inverse line movement or anything. The line moved to representing the money, but now it's starting to go the other way.
I think it's going to be like a 1-point game, just like how you called that Giants and Eagles game. I think it's going to be something like that. I really do see it being a 1-point game.
I think Seattle's just the better team here, and I think I think Seattle wins comfortably. I think the more Cardinals I hear, it's one of those games where if I'm at the window at the sports book, the more people I hear betting the Cardinals, it's like I can get to that window and I'll need to borrow $10 from Ruffalo to tip the waitress because I'm not going to have anything left in my pockets or in my ATM to be able to even use. That's happened to me before. I mean, anyone that's been with me in a sports book has been with me when I have not a dime in my pocket. And, tickets. Tons of tickets waiting to cash. Yeah, I'm on Seahawks here. So that's our card for NFL football. We're going to go to the World Series, Game 5. Back to our Game 1 matchup. Tyler Glasnow and Clayton Kershaw on the hill here. Game 1, Glasnow got into a lot of trouble with the walks. A real lot of trouble with walks. If he gets in those walk troubles, obviously the Dodgers know they can run on him too. He gave up a ton of stolen bases. It was not his finest moment, that's for sure. And you think Glasnow finds the plate tonight, or do you think he gets a different umpire?
No.
How was the umpire here? Who is the behind the plate umpire? And this is what we found in. Remember the Maeda game against the Astros? It was like Maeda's ERA, and normally it's like 1.68. With this guy behind the plate, it's 9.5, whatever. I mean, let's see who's behind the plate here, because with Glass now, a couple, and Snell too, a couple of different calls go the other way, borderline call. I mean, it's a different game.
He's the lefty, right?
He's a righty. Kershaw's
He's a righty.
Yeah, he's a righty.
What's the spread on that one? Is it 1.5?
On the Rays? It's
I
plus,
thought we were talking. Yeah. On the Rays.
It's plus 148 for Tampa Bay, minus 160-ish for the Dodgers. It's like 150, 160. We can come back to you. We'll go to Ruffalo first. How about that?
Okay.
Chris?
Did we find out who the umpire was for today?
We're looking.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I have no official news yet.
On who's behind the plate?
I don't see anything yet. No official data yet. I'm trying to.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm looking back at these old videos. You know what I'm saying to myself? I should start running again. It's like, man.
Yeah.
I should start running again. It's like I'm at a good age where I would be seriously competitive in my age group for sure,
I'm waiting for us to race. That's what I want.
I'll race you.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Shit.
Siri wants to race you, apparently, too.
Uh-huh.
Mitch got me so excited to race him, I squeezed the wrong button on my phone. So.
Well, if they normally rotate, it would probably game one had Laz Diaz behind home plate.
Well, that would be the same. No. So this would not be Laz Diaz, though.
Well, I'm saying if you use game one and then they rotate, or do they use a 6 umpire system or a 6?
You
Six
might have
system
outfield
for this one?
umpires.
Hi everyone, can you believe that it's September already? It's September 1st. You got 2 more football games on a Monday. College football. This is getting better than this. I mean, you would think that I'm on college football overload at this point, and maybe I am, but I'm enjoying every minute of this stuff. I think all of us college football fans, this is what it's all about.
700 views.
So today we're going to talk about Tennessee and UCLA, as I promised on my blog. I didn't really leave a pick there for you guys. I kind of left the teaser, so you're going to have to listen to me for just a little bit, and I'll be sure to get right with that game. Firstly, I want to recap yesterday. Dan Hawkins, Cody Hawkins, the Hawkins boys. Yeah! Colorado Buffalo! And the smooth cover. Got a little dicey. Those kick returns.
After that, I was never nervous on video again. That was the moment it all turned. Of course, Dan Hawkins was later fired, and Cody Hawkins was run out, but paid just the same. So I'll start it off. I like the Rays. I think they're going to kill them. I think they're going to ride the momentum of that game. I think it was a heartbreaker for the Dodgers. I think they're done, and I wouldn't pick the Dodgers anyway. Even if they had won last night, I don't care. I haven't taken the Dodgers one game all series, and I refuse to take them. It's not going to happen. I'm on the Rays, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'll tell you what. If you bet the Rays, it's 2-2. If you bet the Rays, you got a freebie anyway. It's a freebie here because the Dodgers are such a square play. You're getting the odds of the Rays. You've gotten 3 wins worth of payouts with 2 wins. It's free money, baby. You're playing with house money. Might as well ride it all the way to the bank. Parlay it. Rays for Mitch. I'll tell you what. How about a reverse run line raise? Why not? Let me see what's paying.
Why not?
Let's put the bet in while you guys are talking.
Good.
Since I haven't bet it yet.
You're not, and then you're gonna be like, I should have did it.
Oh no, I do it on the show. Believe me, people have seen
live
on the drive-through show. Believe me, I asked when they were doing hockey. I'm like, Rufo, do you think they have a chance to win the opening face-off? Because he's talking about hockey, and we're like, do you think they win the opening face-off tonight? Oh, yeah. Anyone else gonna give a?
All right, for me, it's the Rays or nothing. All the values with Tampa Bay. I think that Mitch is 100% right. They got all the momentum after the last game, so got to go Rays or nothing.
Senior Square, Zawacki.
Senior Square. Senior Square's going to go with you, and I'm going to take the Rays on -1.5 at +275.
Wow.
Kershaw played his. He had his good game. It was his game one. Now I'm looking to see old crappy Kershaw come out here and pitch a bad start, and I think the Rays eat him up for dinner.
Wow.
Give me the Rays here.
I guess that Dodgers run line yesterday might have left a mark.
Well, you can see watching that game. It's like the Rays are never going to give up. And sure, I make good money on the Dodgers. So it's now time to switch and give me some Rays. The world is on the Dodgers here. I'm not doing it.
I'm going to throw this out there while I'm here. Right? So I'm here. They got the Rays -4.5 at +985. The games in the series haven't really been that close except for last night, right? Yeah. They've been pretty much dominated one way or the other. So you got -4.8. You got -4.5 at 985, -4, okay, which is an Al Niños type bet. He loves the even number. This way, you don't lose. And the payoff really is not that much worse here at -4. +940. And then at -3.5, you're into +649, -2.5, +432, -2 is 391, and our just straight reverse run line. And at -1, the true Niños play, which Al Niños, if he's here, he knows that this is his play, the -1, of course, but not against the Dodgers. God forbid, right? I want that Kershaw shirt. -1 is +220 for the Rays. You get two and a fifth times your money. No, everyone in the free world knows I can't pass that up.
Right.
The Rays at +1 money on the Rays is +111. Wow, I could put 6 or 7 bets on this game, and I just might.
There's too much opportunity in football today for me.
Yeah, but this is like my slot machine money because I'm going to win so big on the NFL today that I'm just going to, this will be like my slot machine for tonight.
Do we see the first game go under? I mean, I know
in Vegas, I always take $100, like $100 bill. I put it in the Mega Millions slot machine and I run it through once. I run the 100 through once. If I'm up on it, I cash out up. If I'm down, cash out down, and that's it. I run through the $100 once. It's 33 pulls.
I've done that with the roulette, so I can't say anything.
No, I've cashed
out.
But that's
$100 black or whatever. Believe it or not, 5 out of 3, I'm on that thing.
Yeah, I play my anniversary. We play 6-11 all the time. We play it all the time.
You're lucky we have a lady on the show today. I would have had a comment for you, but hush.
Say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Brian is on his best behavior.
I know. You guys are so sweet.
Don't believe me. It's a charade. It's a charade. I know these guys. Okay.
I know. I love you guys. I've watched you guys, so I know. You guys are so wonderful.
It's all an act. All right, Ann, we're calling you out here. What's your pick?
I know everybody. I actually originally woke up this morning and I was like, "Let's go with the Dodgers." And
well, you can get them at you can get them at +4.5 at -34.32.
Iceman numbers.
Yes. The
but,
Iceman.
Then I'm getting ready and I realized I said, they're just losers. They can't. They this is what their 4th time now, and it's just they can't do anything. And it's Rays are making a comeback. I do have a premium play tonight. I'm 4 for 4 on the MLB series, so definitely get on that. But you know what? Since you guys are all going with the Rays, I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon.
Nice. Brian, you're on the Rays, right? Who else? Chris.
Yeah,
Chris is last. He has not given his pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cool kids. I'm gonna go Tampa -2.5. I think we have pitchers duel. I think then Tampa Bay just breaks out the big inning when we get to the bullpen.
All right.
I don't even think they're going to make it to the bullpen. Kershaw's in trouble.
Well, I think the issue with the Dodgers is that when you have these teams that have been glued together, generally they don't have the heart and soul that these other teams have, and you don't have the grittiness. It's like these teams that they buy and they piece together. It rarely ever works. I mean, even LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh lost to the Mavericks in the finals, right? Their first time out. Eventually, if you have a great coach, you can do it, but Roberts hasn't proved to be that guy. It's tough to fire a guy that goes to the World Series every year, right? That's part of the problem they have. It's like, we've given you the keys to a stretch limousine, but you you have to park in the regular parking lot. It's basically is where they're at.
It's so sad.
Well, it's but so happy at the same time. So exactly. it's so everything that's right with the world.
We love it.
It's so everything that's right with the world.
Baseball's going to go 7 games, right? It's going to go 7.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We'll see 7.
I think
Rays
they
win
want
tonight.
Nah, I think they won out. No?
We said that last time, and both the NL and the AL both went to 7. I think they want the spotlight a little more. Well, at least try to get some more viewers for a game 7, maybe. I think it goes 7.
How about Ruffalo naming all these inflated stats because of all the extra games that they played in the postseason this year? Talking about like the most postseason hits and the most things. It's like, yeah, they also played the most postseason games they've ever played. So it's like, Ruffalo acting like, these guys have accomplished something, giving them all these props on the drive-through. And it's like, I'm like watching, I'm like, yeah, because they played 8 more games than Jeter played. It's like, it's like, that's why. It's like, I don't know. Just calling it what it is. Chris, any rebuttal?
No, I can't argue with you on that one.
It's kind of like when there used to be a 30-second clock in the NFL in between plays. And the clock would stop like for out of bounds and stuff like that. It would always do it. So the first year they changed it to a 40-second clock in between was the year the Giants played the Broncos in the Super Bowl. And then they said that this is the longest drive in Super Bowl history. Yeah, because you went to a running clock with the 40 seconds. It's like, of course, It's like, if that doesn't happen, then, something is wrong. It's like, oh, man. Some people do anything. All right, it's everyone's favorite part of the show. And I hope you're prepared for this one, because this is where this is where the rubber meets the road on this show. This is why people show up. You're not in that bad shape. You're not.
I want to make 5.
You can do about as many as you want. You can make as many as you want.
I have to get out of here. I got a appointment I have to make.
Okay, we were going to ask you to leave, but that's fine.
My parlay today, take the Texans, take the Raiders, take the Broncos. Put $50, $100 on them. I like that.
Money line or with the points?
I'm sorry, guys. My head's going around in circles. With the points on all of them.
All right. Thank you for joining us today, Brian. It was fun.
You guys all have a winning day.
It was fun. We'll humor you and say it was a good time.
Don't talk about me after I say
Brian, well, we will. We had a real Brian, I just want to let you know we had a real nice time with you today. Thanks for joining us. It was special as always. Of course, was Brian Bittler, a regular on our show. We have Ann Shore for the first time. I'm not sure how often she's going to be on. I guess she'll let us know. But we certainly welcome a breath of fresh air on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we'll see how your picks do.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw out some high level compliments, and then we'll see how your picks do, and then we'll revisit that.
We should have just did this before college, but it's all right.
No, hey, we're here. We're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We got nothing else to do. I got nothing else to do. I have no life.
I do have my parlay.
You want to? Well, Ruffalo, you want to give her because you're this is normally
ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I have the Jets under, 49ers money line, and Texans. Texans spread. Sorry.
Well, that was a creepy comment there. Let's see. Got to avoid the creepy comments. Some of these are nice. Some of them are on the creepier side. Chris looks awake today. So what's your parlay? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I missed it.
Oh, I got Jets under, 49ers money line, and Texans to cover the spread.
All righty. Chris?
I'm going to go Bills on the spread, Chargers on the spread, and the under in the Dallas-Washington game.
Rod?
I'm going to take the Chargers minus the points, the Raiders plus the points, and the Browns minus the points.
I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to take the over in the Texans-Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to throw in the Rays with that as well. And that will be my 14 parlay for today. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks, Ann. We'll just have to see if you ever feel like coming back again. Chris Ruffalo, of course, hosting the drive-thru. I'll be here at halftime of the early games. And then, of course, halftime of the night game. At some point, I got to go pick up my golf clubs because I'm playing at a different course tomorrow. So I have to figure out exactly when I'm going to do that. It's like they have this new thing. Well, it's not new. It's like we're coming in the next phase of COVID, and I could leave my clubs at the course. And this way I just pull up, get in the cart, and I'm out. But it's like the problem is when you go to play somewhere else and you got no golf clubs. That's the issue. But anyways, I'll see you guys. I'll see everyone at halftime. Just a few hours of the early games. I don't do the late games, even though there are a bunch of them today. And then we do the night game as well. I'll be here for halftime of that. If anyone wants to join me, maybe we'll have a crew because I get a little worn out by the end of the day. I'm be honest with you.
If you had two set of golf clubs, you could have one set stay at the club, and then you could have your travel bag.
I do have 3 sets of golf clubs, but the issue is I don't have that. I have that many sets of irons, but I don't have that many sets of woods.
Yeah.
So I need
to grab another set of woods, and you'll be good to go.
Well, I have a 4-wood in the closet, I see, and I have a driver, but it's really old. So I have to see if maybe I can get by with it.
I think you can get a little upgrade.
Well, the driver that I have is like I quit golf for 25 years. So the driver that I have in the closet is 25 plus years old, and it's fine. But the issue is that the grip is solidified and cracked. So
yeah,
it's an issue.
Maybe I can re-ripped.
Now? It'd be easier to go get my clubs.
Yeah, it probably would be.
It's easier to go get my clubs. Anyways, all right. Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm sure you don't want to hear about my golf. It was a long show, but a good one. And we appreciate you. I'll see you guys in a few hours. And of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.